Alright guys, this is Roland with SA Quality Tree Service. I'm here doing something a little different. We got a specialist here, a blood specialist. And excuse me, I got my mask trying to still do the safe distancing and still doing some educational stuff here. But we got a blood specialist. Her name is Ms. Rowe. Here we go.
Hi, how are you? Dr. Rowe with Health Natural Solutions, or All Water and Health LLC.
And today, what are we making here?
We're gonna make some pumpkin seed milk. Roland just tried it and he loved it. My husband thinks it tastes like melted ice cream. Dairy milk is made for dairy cows, and so this is actually one of the most economical, cheapest way to make milk. Have you ever bought, like, say, almond milk or rice milk or something like that? You can buy them in the store, but they're extremely processed and they're heated to a high degree so they have a good shelf life. This is fresh. You make it in your kitchen. We're going to make a gallon today with just 2 cups of raw green pepitas or pumpkin seeds. You don't want the roasted ones. You want the raw ones. And we're going to show you how to blend it up in your blender in less than a minute and make a gallon for him to take home. Okay?
Nice.
All right, so here we go. It's gonna make some noise here. Maybe you can pause it while it's making loud noise because it's gonna get super loud. So I'm gonna put 2 cups of seeds in here because we're doing a full gallon. If I was doing just a half a gallon, which is like the quart jars that we normally use, I would just do 1. But this is the recipe for today. And because we're doing, normally we put 2 squirts. Now, whenever you do like an English toffee stevia. Now, stevia is made from a plant. You can grow stevia leaves in your garden just like you would mint leaves. And you take a mint leaf and a stevia leaf, put them together, and you got like a candy in your mouth. So we're using the stevia. It's natural. You can also soak pitted dates. Soak them overnight and use them. I usually, for this much, I'd probably use about 8 pitted dates. For half a gallon, I'd use, of course, 4. But when you squeeze it, you'll see that it only gets about 1 inch of stuff in there. So if you see the recipe and it says 2 inches of stevia, that's what it's talking about. So we're going to do 2 of those, but because we doubled the recipe, we're going to put 4. Okay. We'll throw 5 just for fun. Okay. Now, we're going to put just a pinch of salt. Now, I'm weird. I put salt in my sugar bowl because sugar's not your friend, but we are electric. We live on salt, or we're electric in the way that, if you think about it, all of your tears and your boogers and your saliva and your sweat are all salty because we're electric. And that percentage of water that our bodies are made up out of, including the salt that we have, if you don't have the right amount of salt in your body, we're not talking about white table salt like they sell at the restaurants and use it, most households. That's great for getting ice off your sidewalk if we didn't live in Texas and it wasn't icy. But the pink salt, see how this is colored? It's lightly pink. This is actually called real salt. Now, real salt comes from an underground cave downwind from the Great Salt Lake in Utah. So there's this ocean in the middle of the United States, and downwind of that, this farmer found this cave years ago, and it was full of this pink salt. And because it's a natural growing crystal formation, they just have to go down there and scrape it off the walls, put it in the bag. It doesn't even see sunlight until it actually is going out of the cave into the truck to be shipped to your local grocery store. And you can get it at H-E-B, you can get it at Kroger's, you can get it at pretty much any store. It comes in a salt shaker like this, okay? Or they have the pound refill bag that you can also get. So I'm just using just a little bit of salt, maybe about a 1/4 teaspoon if I were to measure that out, just to kind of smooth out the seeds and everything together. You have to have just a little teeny pinch in there.
Now, because of that, I'm even going to change my salt at my home because I got the white one.
Oh, yeah, I don't want that. So I can do a whole lecture about what white salt does for you. If you think about it, white salt is not white. Tell me where there's anywhere that you can get white salt. It's not natural, so it's like white flour. It's been bleached, right? So think about this. Even the Himalayan salts that are pink and beautiful, they're an open source. The Himalayan, lakes and oceans, which means there's jet fuel getting into it, there's air pollution getting into it, there's bird noonie getting into it, you name it, right? So in this underground cave, you don't have all that air pollution getting into it. It's just literally crystallizing off the cave. They scrape it off, put it in the bag, and send it to you. All right,
Wow.
so this is going to get loud, so I don't know if you can pause it, but bear with me. It's going to go for about
I'm not gonna
50
pause it
seconds.
because I want to make sure y'all get every single detail. It's very important for your health, especially in the quarantine that we're in right now. You know, if you feel sluggish at home, you get, you know, nice and bloated. I even learned you can't, the food that we eat is why I get bloated. So you're gonna just hear loud noise. Let's go.
I do a free nutritional consult at my office if you come into the pharmacy in Alamo Ranch. It's called Alamo Ranch Pharmacy and Wellness. And just sign up for a free nutritional dietary analysis. And I'll walk you through some of the steps that you can do to help prevent bloating and farting and burping and all that uncomfortable volcano stuff that happens in our stomach when we miscombine the wrong foods. So I'll teach you some simple little tricks that you can try. And you can take the recipe
what
home.
are the two foods you say we can't is let's see if I
You
remember.
can't put, go ahead, try it.
Dairy and meats. You can't fiber.
And any animal products cannot mix with any starches.
Ah, okay.
So all your breads, rice, pasta, grains, potatoes, all of those things are starches, and they're very good for you. They have great amounts of vitamins and things in them. Where your animal products, not so much. You know, in fact, people eat a lot of meat because they're trying to get a lot of protein. Well, why are they going to get protein from a cow that the way they got their protein was not eating other animals, like they want us to think? There you go. But it's going to be from the grass that the cows ate. Who knew? So those cows are eating all day long, getting their nutrition and their protein from the grass. So if you were to take your fingers, just to give you an example, this is about the size of 100 calories. Okay, 100 calories of meat, whether it's fish or beef or chicken, turkey, it's going to be about this much. That's only going to be 20% protein. Only 1/5 of that is usable. The rest of this, I see it in the microscope all day long. Undigested protein, rotting and fermenting in the blood, mutating the cells. Now, when you form blood, you want it to be a tight weave, like a very tight, you know, threading on your clothing. If I had a bunch of holes in this blouse today, I probably wouldn't have put it on, right? Unless I was doing garden work or something. But when you have undigested proteins and rotting and mutating gluten, leftover bread that molds on the counter, and your meats rot on the counter, all these little puddles here fill up with what we call polymerized protein puddles. Literally, little fragments of protein that are rotting and decayed. Now that's going to become your tissue and organs. Do we want little fragments of rotting meat, little fragments of molding breads and stuff like that happening in our blood? Because that becomes our tissue and organs, and your blood lasts 120 days. That's 4 months. So what you eat, when I look at your blood, I'm going to see what you've been eating for the last 4 months, and I'll get people to come in and say, oh, it's going to look horrid. I had sushi and beer last night. I go, it's not going to matter. I'm going to see what you ate for Christmas. It's only April. So it's a matter of looking and making sure that the foods that you eat are combined properly. If you're going to have meat, dairy, any of that, you want to make sure that you have a portion, like 1/4 of your plate, with 75% vegetables to buffer and neutralize that. If you have a carbohydrate, like a baked potato, like I'm going to have potatoes for lunch today. I'm going to have a potato, but I'm going to have a salad and some broccoli to go with that. So I'm going to have 75% vegetables with my baked potato. I'm not going to put them together, but I'm not going to take them away from you either. You're going to be able to enjoy all your favorite foods, but just learn how to combine them properly. So let's go ahead and get the milk made here. All right, so here we go. It's going to get loud. This is a Blendtec. It's a 3-horsepower blender. They sell these even at H-E-B now. I just saw them. Vitamix is 2.5 horsepower. So, but it has a neat little damper you can push things down with. But I love this thing. If the house catches on fire, I'm grabbing this and heading for the door. So here you go. itself at 50 seconds. Okay. Now this is going to be a little thick. Look at the blood. See how thick and creamy that is on the top there? You can use this to make mac and cheese. I was telling him what got this started on this conversation. We were talking about cheese. And I will take just a little smidge of water or vegetable broth or this milk or something like that. And I'll blend in a giant cup of nutritional yeast, about at least a half a cup of nutritional yeast, a little bit of water. We'll do the potato. We'll take white potatoes, nutritional yeast, pinch of salt, seasonings, blend it all up, and I've got cheese. You can dip it with chips and vegetables. You can put it on mac and cheese. You can put it on au gratin potatoes, but it's actually made with potatoes. Go figure.
See, this video is giving you tons and tons of bonus advice.
That's right. Okay, so we're going to take this out, and it's nice and creamy, and we're going to pour it into the gallon jug. Now, I hate plastic. I will teach another class for you if you'd like on how much I hate plastic, but this is going to allow him to get it home and so he can put it in some glass jars. Oh, wait, I have glass jars. My husband just bought some.
Oh, lucky me.
Oh, you are lucky. Check you out.
Look at that.
Look at that. Hot dang. Are you going straight home after this?
I guess so now.
I'll take that because this is going to have to go right in the fridge. Because this is not pasteurized or homogenized, it's not heated to, high degrees. It is going to be available and usable in your refrigerator for a shorter period of time. At my house, my husband goes through about a quart of this a day, using it on his cereal or just to drink with his meals, because I don't recommend drinking water with meals. So I'm also, if you go to thebloodlady.com, you'll find me. If you go to Your Water Lady, you'll find me. If you go to My Water People, you'll find me. And if you go to, wait for it, Your Poop Lady, you will also find me.
What? Okay? Your Poop Lady.
.com. All right, so I'm going to divide this over 4. I'm not to make sure I don't mess this up. I'll keep them about the same. Are they doing good so far? This one might be a little shy. Are we getting it? Oh, almost. Almost. We won't fill that one quite as full. Okay, because those are really quite even, and I don't want to take away from all 3 of them. So we're going to fill these up to the top, and we're using alkaline antioxidant water. All Water and Health is an alkaline antioxidant refinery company. We've had it for 11 years. My clients needed the best water in order to get the healthiest blood. If you have healthy blood, you have healthy tissues and organs, right? So my tagline is healthy blood equals healthy people. So there's quart number 1. And the water company, we sell alkaline antioxidant water systems. They're $1,495 installed. And to maintain them, it's less than $1 a day. It only costs about $360 a year, less than $1 a day, to have us come out, change the filters, sanitize the system. And for just $9 more a month, it's like $30 a month. For just an extra $9 a month, you can get our warranty and insurance, which means you never buy another system again. So instead of lugging jugs of water from Costco's and Sam's and H-E-B, which is a pain in the neck, plus, again, let me talk about the estrogen that's in the plastic that's making man boobs and everything else happen these days, and cancers and things because of the amount of plastic that is in people's blood. Because out of every cup of water, let's say this was a cup of water, 32 ounces, 85% of whatever size cup you're drinking out of, I don't care if it's even the little tiny cup that Roland had earlier, 85% of every glass of water that you drink gets into your bloodstream. That's what water is for, is to help make blood so you can have healthy tissue and organs and flush out your organs and tissues as they go. So people who sip all day long, their tongue, their throat, their esophagus are thrilled to death, but they're not getting fully hydrated. They need to just take that, 16 ounces. Let's say this is about 12 to 16 ounces here. Just drink it, chug it down, or like a solo cup. That would be about the same size as a pint jar. I like to use a lot of mason jars, as you can tell. Or like a juice bottle. That's 16 ounces. Fill it up, drink it down, chug-a-lug, so that it can just go in and bathe and flush the toxins out of your cells. So regular water, let's go back here real quick. Blood cells are 7 micron in diameter. Regular water's 20. That's like softballs hitting a chain link fence. It's an analogy by Dr. Casey Carter created this. But a softball, you can throw it at a fence all day long, a chain link fence, but it's never going to go through, correct? It's going to just hit the fence and roll down. Well, that's kind of what happens when people drink bottled water all day long or tap water that is 20 micron, 20 microclusters. It's never going to get into that little tiny cell. Our water's only 5 microclusters, which means it's tiny enough like taking a handful of blueberries and shooting through the chain link fence. So we offer a high pH of like 9 to 10.5, and then we have a negative millivolt reading of antioxidants called oxidation reduction potential. The ability to prevent your body from rotting and decaying is a negative 800 or better in millivolt readings. So think of it like we're not like a car that rusts when we oxidize and the paint fades. We're more like an avocado or an apple. If you cut it open, it turns brown. That's oxidization, and that is what's happening inside of our cells, and we want to prevent that. So our water prevents that. Eating the 75% vegetables with the 25% whatever. Take your pick. Protein or carbohydrate, not both. All right, let's get this filled up.
Dude, that means I've been giving my workers and drinking myself the wrong types of water. Oh my God.
Yeah, if you've got a garden hose, we have a portable system. It's a stainless steel portable system, or we can simplify it even better, even less. But that's a little bit more expensive because it's portable. But he could just, it has a 4-gallon reservoir in it. And when that 4 gallons is out, he's out doing lawn work all day long. He just has to borrow somebody's hose for about 20 to 40 minutes, and it'll fill up that 4 gallons again. It'll go through, purify the water. We take everything out of the water first. We take it down to what is known as the scientific word angstrom, which means it's 10 times smaller than a nanoparticle. You've heard about nanoparticles when you're in school, right? This is 10 times smaller than that. So everything comes out of the water, and then 1 tablespoon at a time, it goes through the filter, the special proprietary filter, and mineralizes the water, raising the pH, lowering the antioxidants, and creating kind of a cross-training for your health. So you've got these really high spread, high pH, low antioxidants when we put the system in for your house. And then over the course of a year, it'll go down. The pH will drop down to maybe about 8.5, 9. The antioxidants will come up to about 400. And then we come out, sanitize the system, and you wouldn't believe the stuff that comes out of those pre-filters. And then we change everything, and it bumps it back up again, and it does it all over again. So it's like cross-training for your health by using your water, so that your cells do not get used to any one particular thing. It has this adjustment, and you have a much better health response. Now this one didn't have quite as much, so I'm not going to fill this one all the way to the top, so we'll get the same consistency. I'm going to show you one more trick, and then we'll wrap it up. Just leave that one down there. What you want to do to know if this milk is still good from day to day, see how this is like all smooth and creamy, looks just like milk, tastes like milk, yum, yum, yum. I should let you try that again, huh?
It tastes better than milk, better than milk.
Now this one is not as cold as the one you had, but Roland, taste this and tell me if it's the right taste for you.
I chug it all day long.
It's your prostate's best friend, male and female reproductive organs.
It tastes like, you know, the milk after you eat your cereal. Man, that's the best milk right there. Yeah. This is what this tastes like. So, you know, you wait for that at the very end when you eat your cereal. Like, oh, now this is the best part where you just get the bowl and drink it out of the bowl. Like, if you're like me, that's what I do. But
exactly, I totally get you. That's a great way.
But that's what this tastes exactly like. So when you put this in your cereal, it's gonna taste sweeter. Your cereal is gonna be more delicious. I might have to buy more cereal, maybe.
And what's nice is it's not gonna fight you. It's because it is a grain and your cereal's a grain. They match. So now you just need a little vegetable on the side, maybe some sautéed vegetables or something, or a green smoothie. You can make this one into a green smoothie too. I put a little chlorophyll in my cereal because I'm lazy. So if I put just a tablespoon of my chlorophyll in there, 1 tablespoon equals 2.2 pounds of juice greens. You can buy it at the pharmacy. But I'll put that in my cereal and make it green. Doesn't taste any different, but I'm getting my vegetables, 2 pounds worth, in my bowl of cereal with my pumpkin seed milk. So reproductive organs, cell health, it's got a ton of zinc in here. What's one of the things they're telling us that we need for the coronavirus? Zinc. That's your pumpkin seeds right here. So very good opportunity. I'm just so thrilled to have met Roland today. He came out here to take a look at my invasive Royal Empress tree, and he's going to help me figure out how to make it stop having babies. So, but if anybody wants a Royal Empress tree, call Roland. He's got them for you. So, all right. Thanks for talking to us today. And Roland, thank you so much for coming.
No problem. Thank you, Ms. Rowe, for all your educational knowledge that you have that we can share with the world so they can live a better and healthier life with this. And to everybody, have a God bless day. And don't forget, help each other out. Love y'all and stay blessed. Bye.
Bye-bye.